Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, from Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for the NXT Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling happenings from the WWE Superstars of tomorrow, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans, 1977. It is September the 2nd, 2025, 10:36 p.m. as we start a brand new month, and I'm really excited to say. Well, I guess the good news is the bad news as far as these guys are concerned, the Red Sox. Good news is they won 11-7. Bad news, Roman Anthony could be out with a strained left oblique, and sometimes oblique strains could take a lot of time to recover. But, you know, but hopefully Roman will be okay. Roman Anthony will be okay. Our baseball tribal chief will be okay. And I'll tell you one thing. If he's going to be out for the season, the rest of the season, only got, 28 days left of the rest of the season, then I think the Red Sox chances of making further into the playoffs are slim to none. You know what I mean? But if we do make the playoffs, great. But I think we can. I think next year, Red Sox could pick up the momentum. I mean, if you think about it, by next year, you may have Tristan Casas back. You're going to have Marcelo Mayer back, and then you get Roman Anthony back. Those three young players, if Casas sticks with the Red Sox, he might have to. But so I think they're trying to go for the future with Tristan Casas, Roman Anthony, and Marcelo Mayer. And if Christian Campbell gets back up to the big club, we might see a brand new young Sox team. A revitalized Sox team. We already got homegrown prospects, man, and they've been working out very well with Boston so far. What happens there? Another thing, I watched a segment on YouTube. I think we didn't get it on Netflix, but Monday Night Raw, you know, the New Day throwing their own funeral for the tag team division. Here's an idea. New Day. Listen to me, and listen real good before I talk about what happened on NXT. Either you guys, you can still the crybabies all you want and have that idiot Grayson Waller follow you. You see, if you two idiots had not turned against Big E back in December, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Maybe this is karma for you two idiots to Kofi and Xavier for turning it back on Big E. Okay? Because Big E would have helped you offset the Judgment Day, and you would have been still tag team champions. But no, you decided to turn your backs on Big E back in December, and you guys want to be jerks about it. And then now you whined and cried about the death of the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. Why don't you guys move to SmackDown? That's another thing you can do. Go move to SmackDown. They got a tag team division. Why don't you go after the Wyatt Six for the belts? Or, here's another decision you can make. Why don't you stop complaining to Adam Pearce? Stop whining and crying. Find the Judgment Day, beat the crap out of them, turn their clubhouse upside down, send a message. Maybe the message will be said instead of you guys running your mouths, wearing your stupid little hats and all that good stuff, and acting like a couple of crybabies. Come on, Kofi and Xavier. Where's that original New Day? They would have gone out and take the titles. They would have guys said, hey, we've had enough. We're challenging you for the belts. We won our rematch. We're getting it. And you know what? I would have told Adam Pearce, hey, up your nose with a rubber hose, Adam Pearce. Let the boys have the championship belts. Man, I feel for the New Day. That's why the New Day is not to win the titles. You got Finn Balor. Finn Balor is always planning and plotting something. And you got the president of the Lord Farquaad lookalike fan club in J.D. McDonough. Do something about it, you know? Stop complaining, New Day, and do something about it. Stop complaining to Adam Pearce and do something about it. Do something about it. Sheepish. All right, now, we're talking about NXT. Let's get that done and over with. Sheepish. Too many people complaining about everything. New Day, just don't shut up, do you? And dump Grayson Waller, get back Big E. Maybe you can get back to the tag team prominent glory. Bunch of dummies. Anyways, it started off in women's action. Jada Parker and Lash Legend. This ought to be a heck of a matchup. These two ladies are hard hitting and hard fighting. Jada Parker got some attitude, so does Lash Legend. These two ladies never backed down. But in the end, Lash Legend won the match, but then Jada Parker decided that she's not done with Lash Legend, and she attacked Lash Legend after the matchup. I don't blame Miss Parker. Miss Parker don't play. That's what I'm saying. Then Blake Monroe was talking to Ariana Grace after she was all Google-eyed over Channing Stacks Lorenzo. I think those two are a couple, don't you think? They are a couple, obviously. And Blake Monroe was talking to Ariana Grace about beauty, glamour, and makeup. I think Ariana Grace and Blake Monroe are going to be an alliance, make an alliance. And then Ariana Grace says, contrary to popular belief, I'm not related to Jordan Grace. And then, of course, you're not related to Jordan Grace. You're Canadian. She's American. And then Jordan Grace comes in, tries to go after Blake Monroe. Jordan Grace pushes Kelly Armstrong, who's trying to hold her back, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, great, she's gone." And then Kelly Armstrong said, "First, that's the second time you did that. First time you ruined my NXT debut. Now you got a problem with Blake. You got a Blake Monroe problem. Now you got a problem with Kelly Armstrong." And so, looks like a match will be set between the two later on tonight. Meanwhile, Javon Evans was trying to address losing to Obafemi at Heatwave. He was trying to find the words. He felt like he let everybody down and all that. So there comes a motorcycle pulling up, and we all thinking, nah, I think Javon Evans, I don't know if he wanted to listen to The Undertaker or what. Or what. So we all did a motorcycle thing, and then all of a sudden, also, you hear the gong, and then we all thought we heard American Badass, but then Josh Briggs comes out. Josh Briggs, the last thing you want to do is mock The Undertaker. And then Josh Briggs runs his mouth on Javon Evans, and then Javon Evans was trying to talk, he was trying to get the words out, but then Josh Briggs attacks him. I'm like, Briggs, let the kid talk. Josh Briggs. And next time you mock The Undertaker, you better hope he'll give you a receipt. Anyways, so Hank and Tank were talking to Obafemi and Ricky Saints before the tag matchups, and they said, "Hey, we need to get together against Dark State." He says, "Fine, we're gonna go get something to eat." And then as they left, Ricky Starks talks to Obafemi. Obafemi says, "Protect you. You're gonna watch for yourself. Always. Look out for yourself. Always," he says. And then the women's, first round for the women's speed tournament, it will be Zaya Brookside versus Candice LeRae. The winner of that match will face the winner of Laney Reed from NXT and Fabi Apache from AAA. And Candice LeRae beat Zaya Brookside, a former NXT alumni. So, speed match, 3 minutes or less. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-minute joke in there somewhere. Somebody played that theme song. God rest in peace, 3-minute warning. Josh Briggs heads to the locker room and starts talking about yourself, disrespect me and all. High Rise walks away, and then he says, none of you have the balls to say anything to me. And then Cale Dixon goes, "I have the balls," and then Riot Connors chimes in, and then Andre Chase tried to calm things down. He goes, "Mr. Chase can kick your butt." Even Dante Chen walked out on this situation. Yeah. You know why people don't respect you, Josh Briggs? You look like Sid from Toy Story. You goober. Anyways. Then Ava was talking to Zaruka, Fatal Influence, and The Culling. And Ava said she talked to both Nick Aldis and Anna Pierce, said that these women, the NXT women, should be getting a shot at tag titles. So it'll be a triple threat elimination matchup. Whoever wins that triple threat elimination match will go after the women's tag team titles. That is currently held by Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. That'll be a lot of fun. Dark Straight addresses Hank and Tank, Obafemi and Ricky Saints. And then Trick Williams addresses the Orlando crowd about, he was going to leave everybody behind. He's going to get that Raw SmackDown contract. But then, he's I'm the greatest NXT superstar of all time. Anybody want to, prove me wrong? DIY came back and decided, because they celebrated their 10th anniversary making their NXT debut. I mean, 10 years ago. I couldn't believe it myself. 10 years, been that fast? Anyways, then Tommaso Ciampa dropping some truth on Trick Williams, throws Trick Williams' shades out. And then, he goes, let's talk about it. Because we're done talking, and then they attacked him, and then they double-teamed him, and then Trick Williams says, never forget that I have a little bit of history, too. So, is he going to bring AJ Francis along? Or is he going to try to recruit Carmelo Hayes again? You never know. Ava wants Javon Evans to not get involved in Briggs' matchup against Andre Chase. And Javon goes, fine, see you next week. And she had scored a security escort him out. Ava was confronting Tavion Heights and Ethan Page and said, you two are going to have next week and have a flag match. So there are 3 matches happening next week on NXT. And NXT Homecoming will be in full sail in 2 weeks. Flies all around. So Jordynne Grace went one-on-one with Callie Armstrong. Jordynne Grace ended up winning the matchup between 2 hard-hitting ladies. And then Blake Monroe decided to brawl once again with Jordynne Grace to the point where Jordynne Grace busted Blake Monroe in the mouth, and Blake Monroe was ticked off. You don't want to mess with Blake Monroe. Lola Vice was talking about growing up in Miami. That's part 1. Next week will be part 2. Where we all meet Lola Vice's father. Andre Chase and Josh Briggs went one-on-one. Briggs won the matchup. And then he proceeds to attack Cale Dixon and Uriah Connors after the matchup. What a jerk. Anyways. And then Trick Williams does address DIY. He says, I have history. I have history too. Is he going to call on... is he going to call on Carmelo Hayes to help him? Who knows? 8-man tag match. Oba Femi, Ricky Saints, and Hank and Tank versus Dark State. That's Shaquan Sugars, Osiris Griffin, Dion Lennox, and Cutler James. During the matchup, though, Oba Femi, Ricky Starks decided, after a little bit of argument, they started brawling with each other in the back. And then Cutler James was grabbing Hank Walker by the toes. No one's going to save you. And Hank Walker says, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry comes out, distracts Dark State. Hank and Tank take advantage. They ended up winning the match. Could be a future tag team title shot. But I think Hank can take me and a new friend in Joe Hendry. Anyways. So, but while Hank and Tank and Joe Hendry were celebrating, here comes, and then you got, Oba Femi and Ricky Saints brawl in the back. Security tried to separate them. Good luck with that. That's where you got the ruler, Oba Femi. Well, that's all the time we have on this episode, as you know. Tomorrow will be the Joker's Wild, Evolve, and Dynamite. Looking forward to that. I will see you guys later. You guys have a blessed day and get a blessed night. Get yourself some rest. And we'll try again tomorrow. And behave yourselves out there, okay? Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys later. Until next episode comes rolling around. Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.